It's understood that Prince Harry had a heartfelt talk with his father over the weekend in an attempt to ease tensions before King Charles's coronation. But it's also thought that he has still not addressed the ongoing dispute with his brother William. Joining me now on the sofa is TalkTV's royal editor, Sarah Hewson. Hi, Sarah. So
Hello,
this is
Sarah.
good news for all those people. I can't believe there's anyone who doesn't want to see a family reconcile. So the idea that they have spoken on the phone, Harry and his father, has to be progress, doesn't it, before the coronation?
Yes, I think it does, and it had to happen, didn't it, really? Because in order for Harry to accept the invitation, he wanted to have that call with his father. Reports suggest that there is a willingness on both sides to try and move forwards and put some of the past accusations behind them. The difficulty is, though, this is a call between Harry and his father. What we haven't had is any kind of conversation between Harry and his brother. So when Harry comes here on May the 6th, there are still going to be very, very, very strong tensions within the family.
Is anyone suggesting that William might be being intransigent here, that it might be William's obduracy that is standing in the way of a reconciliation between the brothers, rather than Harry, who might be sticking to the guns that he laid out in his book Spare, that William's the difficult one here?
Well, I think that's certainly the feeling on the other side of the Atlantic, that they have wanted to have these talks for some time. Harry made it clear when he was doing the interviews publicising Spare that he wanted to have conversations with his family ahead of making that decision on the coronation. Look, we don't know exactly what is going on behind the scenes. There has been a lot of dialogue going on between Buckingham Palace and Montecito in terms of security arrangements, for example, but now reported that Harry has had that one-to-one conversation with his father. That is progress, because trust is at an all-time low between the two warring sides. And so I think we can see that as a positive, that conversation has happened. I don't know that there'll be very much time for any further conversations when Harry is over here. If, as has been reported, he's going to be in and then straight back out after the coronation ceremony to get back in time for Archie's birthday.
And we've certainly seen him do that before, haven't we? And we've seen Harry and Meghan scarper really sharpish when the whole of the rest of the royal family and the extended royal family were attending that luncheon, and they had disappeared almost
during
in
the
a puff
Platinum
of smoke,
Jubilee celebrations.
Jubilee,
yes. They attended the service at St Paul's, but didn't attend the wider family lunch afterwards. Also, of course, when the Queen died, we know that Harry was in the UK, he was in Windsor, he went up to Scotland, but he had left Balmoral first thing the next morning to return to be with Meghan, and then didn't have the chance then to have any conversations.
There is that kind of lingering feeling, I suppose, among the proud citizens of this country that Harry and Meghan don't like really to stay here for a single second longer than is absolutely necessary. And it's impossible almost not to take it personally.
Well, don't forget that Harry's in a court battle at the moment with the Home Office over his security. So while he's with members of the royal family, so while he's attending the coronation, he will be provided with protection. But anything else, if they go it alone, then they've got to foot that bill themselves, or they've got to come to some kind of agreement with the Met Police, which they haven't yet reached, and that is still going through the courts. So that is another factor going on here.
A great deal being said about Camilla, Queen Camilla, and how she has felt about Harry's book and what he said about her. And I think those paragraphs were among those many paragraphs in that book that made people a bit, didn't they?
The wicked stepmother.
Yes.
Yes. And this weekend in the Sunday Times magazine was a big profile on Camilla, written by Roya Nicker, who had access to some of Camilla's closest circle, including Marchioness Lansdowne, Lady Lansdowne.
Got to say, I like the cut of Lady Lansdowne's jib. She's great, isn't she?
She is. And what she talks about is Camilla's reliance on her close girlfriends. Mm-hmm. In the 1990s, when she was this toxic figure, this figure of hate, she turned to those girlfriends, and they have been loyal to her, and she is fiercely loyal to them. But she described the Queen Consort as having felt very hurt and upset by the accusations in Harry's book. But she portrays her as someone who's a real pragmatist, who says, well, I'm not going to comment because the least said, the better.
Yes, well,
If you say nothing,
it's actually
you
a
move on.
phrase that we used to use a lot and has kind of fallen from grace, which is least said, soonest mended, which is a terrific phrase. It means if you just don't say anything, the thing will probably blow over. So don't give it gas and air. Just don't oxygenate it by talking about it. Just move on, keep on keeping on. And actually, that will resonate enormously with a particular generation who were brought up to do precisely that.
I mean, it's how the Queen lived
Yes,
her life, isn't it? And when you look at the rehabilitation of Camilla from, you know, that figure of hate to where she is now, about to be crowned Queen Camilla. And in all of those years, and when she was pilloried in the press and by members of the public, she said nothing.
Let's just quickly bring in the new Coronation Chicken. So it's not chicken, but it is a coronation. What are we all going to be making and eating?
Apparently, it's a coronation quiche.
Oh, what's in it?
It features spinach, broad beans and tarragon.
Okay.
And there's a recipe, there's a video been published by the chefs to the King and Queen Consort. They've chosen this recipe themselves. I don't know about you, Vanessa. I've never made a quiche before,
I've never
and
made
I don't
a quiche,
really intend to start.
Never say never. Never say no. I'm not. If this is what the King and Queen have chosen, but it's a bit 70s a quiche, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I don't think it's going to be the next Coronation Chicken. Do you think we're still going to be making this in 70 years? I don't know.
Well, I suppose it's not expensive. It's vegetarian. Maybe is it vegan? No, maybe not vegan, but vegetarian. No. So maybe we can afford to make it. We'll get the hang of it.
It is a cost of living crisis.
It'll be the renaissance of the quiche
as well. Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely amazing. The Coronation Quiche chosen by the King and Queen.
Yes.
Fantastic. Sarah, thank you very